Hi everyone and welcome again back to the Migrant Hope channel. This is Charlene Assam, and on today's episode we're going to be continuing with the business series. So today I have another special guest, of course, because all my guests are very special. But this person is actually like a really good friend of mine. We're matching, guys, so you're going to be able to see what he is wearing. Yeah. No, so this is somebody who I've known for almost 2 years. Yeah, about 2 years now, and very good friend, very supportive. So I'm very happy he's here, and of course I've told him thank you, because I don't think he would want to be spending his Saturday morning right here. So I'm very happy, I'm very grateful for him. So guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. Hi guys, so welcome back. Wow, you see the height difference? Joseph comes. Jesus Christ.
It's alright. It's only
Guys,
a little bit.
Only a little bit.
It's
Wow,
it's,
huge.
It's a whole
Anyways, guys, this is my wonderful friend right
hello,
here.
Hello all.
Hi. This is Joseph.
Good afternoon, good morning.
Wherever in what part of the world you are, hi, hello. But anyways, first thing is I want to thank you very much for coming on to the Migrant Hope channel.
My pleasure.
I really appreciate it. You're out of scope. Come. You can be there. Anyways, so before we go into anything, right, Joseph, can you provide us a brief introduction about yourself, who you are, ethnicity, everything, the whole deal?
Okay, so my name is Joseph, and right now I'm working as a public accountant, and I've been a tax associate for nearly 2 years.
Okay.
And so I grew up in Ethiopia, and
Where's Ethiopia?
Ethiopia is in the Horn of Africa. It's on the East Africa.
East Africa, right
It's
there.
where the Blue Nile starts, the longest river in the world.
Wow.
All that
All right.
fun facts.
First of all, Joseph is very smart, guys. By the way, intelligent.
I'm alright.
Anyways,
I moved to the US about 6 years ago or so to pursue an undergraduate degree, and because I got a good job offer afterwards, I moved to New York.
Okay, where were you before?
Before I was in South Dakota for school.
Nice. Was that cold?
Of course it was cold.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
Midwest, it was freezing.
Cold in South Dakota. Anyways, guys,
Right.
welcome. So, Joseph, how's your work experience been so far in the public accounting space?
So, my work experience, it's been interesting, challenging, and at times rewarding.
Yeah.
And I think the most notable thing about my work experience is the steep learning curve.
Okay.
It's just you need to adapt to learning things very fast and picking up new material. So you not only learn new material really fast, but you also learn the skill to absorb new things immediately.
Do you feel like, is there like a critical thinking aspect of it, like as a tax associate?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I guess like you mentioned, like learning fast, like you have to be able to like kind of think on your feet almost, right? Do you think, has that helped you like personally? Do you think it's a good skill? Not only like you learned it at work, but do you think it's applicable like in your personal life?
Of course.
Yes. Okay,
of course.
Cool.
Absolutely. Good points.
Yes.
Good point raised.
And I guess what drew you to the public accounting world? Like, why did you decide that was the route that you wanted to take? If you would have gotten a job offer from like a private company, would you have taken it, or like what kind of like drew you to that?
Well, Charlene, that's actually a great question. I don't think I was drawn to it, at least not at first. So I came into school thinking I would get an engineering degree, but I also wanted to get a business-minded...
I didn't know that, guys. I'm finding this out. This is very new information to me. Anyways, go ahead.
So I thought I should pursue a business-minded degree as well, along with the science material.
Right.
And accounting just sounded good. So one of my professors said it's like a language of business, and that kind of drew me in a little bit.
Okay.
And I had good mentors in college, good friends that did accounting, and that's...
But why public accounting though? Because you could have done like tax for like a private company, right?
Exactly.
Or like in industry.
But the idea of learning about many businesses, right? Because when you do public accounting, you end up, with more than one.
Yeah, repeat that. So when you do public accounting,
you get exposed to many types of businesses. So wherever you want to take that knowledge is very important for you.
Okay.
Right? Just understanding how different businesses operate, and how, just different business models, and like, it's not just the overview. When you're talking about the accounting, you get very intricate details, right? And that's why it's valuable.
Right.
Yeah, variety.
Yes, yes. So I guess one thing that we're learning, like, or at least I'm hearing from what you're saying, is like, just in a sense, you know, like public accounting, if this is something that I may be interested in, especially like specifically tax, which is what you do, is you're getting like a broad variety, or you're getting knowledge from like a bunch of industries. It's not like one. For the most part, you've worked with multiple clients, so
Right,
of course it's different in that regard.
Right,
Okay,
right. Absolutely.
and now, okay, yeah, so that's what drew you there. So what would you typically say like your daily tasks are? Like, what do you actually do? If I potentially, maybe I just graduated from college and I'm going to be a tax associate, or I'm thinking about tax,
Right.
what do you kind of do like within that role?
So in public accounting right now, thus far, right, in the past nearly 2 years, I have spent a lot of time doing audit support work. So that means basically just trying to verify income tax numbers on financial statements, so like on balance sheets and
For
income
public
statements.
companies or private?
Public companies,
Okay.
at least in my role, right?
Right.
So at my professional level, most of my daily tasks involve supporting the manager
Okay.
and their goals, and that usually involves just trying to verify and trying to substantiate numbers, right? Because it's audit work.
Yeah.
So trying to substantiate those tax numbers by searching for support from the client and so on. So.
But do you get to use like the Internal Revenue Code? Do you use that for like anything?
Of course, because the numbers have to be in line with, you know, what the Internal Revenue Code says and what the accounting standards interpret the revenue. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, okay.
I need to articulate it better there.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay. So you kind of still use like the Internal Revenue Code like as a guide, of course, and then you still have to go by US GAAP, of course.
Yes,
because,
of course.
Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah. So you support managers. Are there anything, I guess, okay, that makes sense for the most part.
And of course, don't forget, I do my own learning as well. That's also part of the role.
Right,
is
right.
to, you know, eventually coach you to be the manager eventually, right?
Right. Okay. Have your expectations been different in terms of like what you thought you will be doing versus what you're currently doing in your role?
The individual tasks, I don't think, like the particular tasks, I wouldn't say are different, but just how things operate, I just didn't know. I had no expectations of that.
Okay.
But,
and I think that's fair, to be honest, because when you get out of school, you may have interned, and I know you interned, you know, you may you're out of school. So you may have interned and everything, but it's different when you start full time, right? And I think for anybody who, let's say someone may have had previous experience at another company, if not even like where you work, you know, and you come in, so there's going to be a bit of a learning curve in that regards, right? Because I could literally move from audit to tax. I feel like it would be like such a huge learning curve for me, you know. The audit side, I guess I could get that, but like the tax, like searching like the freaking Internal Revenue Code, me and tax are not friends. But right now, like Joseph and I should not be here. All right. So let's say I know somebody who is interested in going into audit, right? What skills? Oh, sorry, not audit, tax. I'm sorry. Oh God, we started talking about audit, and so what skills do you think anyone who is interested in going into tax, specifically in public accounting, which is your kind of your domain right now? What skills do you need to have?
I think the most important thing is building good relationships, building good positive relationships at work. And I say that because unlike school, once you get to work, a large portion of what you learn comes from what people show you, people that have done it before you, and they'll show you the most efficient way to do things, and they'll coach you and teach you, and that's where a majority of the lessons come from. Of course, there will be training sessions, there will be publications and other things you can refer to, but there won't be a textbook, right? Right, that's a little harder to find, so it won't be like school. So building good relationships, I think, is important.
But are there like any technical skills you would think, like, so that's more like on the soft side of things? Yes, any technical skills in terms of like, should they be reading something, Excel, all that stuff?
Absolutely, Excel is very important.
Do you guys use a lot of Excel?
Of course.
Really?
Yeah, all day.
But like pivot tables type thing, or like
pivot tables, formulas, anything to just kind of make to manipulate large data.
I see.
Yes,
I see.
that's
Okay.
and
Okay.
just learning to be detail oriented.
Okay.
That kind of
Yeah, that's very important. And what about organized?
organized. Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah, that's
That helps.
major. I feel like
definitely
honestly, anybody who is interested in like tax, like you freaking need to be very organized. And I
agree.
think that's
She's
something
right.
that even like I had to learn that, you know,
Mhm,
I would have before like so many like little
Mhm.
folders on my screen on
Yeah.
my desktop, and then when like your manager asks you to look for something, you can like start going through everything. You kind of need to know where things are.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So being
Absolutely.
organized, that's major key. Okay.
Yeah.
And let's say is there like one piece of advice that I guess you wish you knew prior to or in the course of you exploring your career?
Okay. I would say, again, I think I'll go back to good relationships.
Right.
Because, like, people coaching you, that's a very, very important thing. Just people that have done it before you, showing,
Yeah.
telling you what, not telling you what to do, but just kind of, like, learning what you want to do and telling you the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Just getting those different types of advice is very important.
Right.
And even if it's something even if you don't want to stay in the position that you're in, if you build good positive relationships, you can even get coached away from the place you're in.
Absolutely.
You know, because
Yeah.
they want, yeah, that's just how.
Yeah, and I think this is so you talk about good relationships, but even when Danielle, like when we had the first episode and everything, she mentioned like networking. That's still like it's still in the same family, you know.
Yeah.
Like building relationships with people, whether it's in like a professional manner or anything. It's you
Yeah.
people are who you need and who would literally be there to support
Exactly.
you, you know, throughout like your journey and everything.
Right.
So hopefully, guys, I hope this video was helpful in the sense of okay, if you're looking to get into tax, he
Right.
talked a lot about being detail oriented, like you know the kind of things that you'll be able to learn and do while being in public accounting and
Right.
being a tax associate. Now, there's so much more stuff that he probably does that we probably don't have time to capture everything, but hopefully this kind of gives you a bit of an idea, not just going into things blindly, because that's something that we
Right.
preach against on the Migrant Hope, is going into things blindly. The whole point
Yeah.
of this channel is to create intentional
Right,
choices in
right.
the lives of young professionals. So we want everybody to say, okay, even if I want to go into tax, at least I know something. I know we use the Internal Revenue Code for something, you know. It may not be as detailed, you may not know everything, because a lot of stuff you learn on the job, you know. So hopefully this was helpful.
Right.
Now I just want to say thank you, and hopefully we'll see you in the next video.
All
And
right.
thank you again to Joseph.
you.
Like
Thank
I
you
actually
so
like
much.
guys, this is my friend. Like no, this is my friend. Like
Charlene is also my friend.
so no, I'm very grateful. So thank you so
Of course.
much making the trip. I know it wasn't easy.
Yeah.
But I was with you, so it wasn't bad. So we were talking the whole time. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Charlene.
Now what do we have
What's
to tell the subscribe? What do we do? They have to like, share
and
what
subscribe.
exactly subscribe. Make sure you do, guys.
Get the likes
All right,
in.
thank
All
you
right.
so much and have a good week.
All right.
Bye.
Take care.